Outer space is amazing, and NASA's Hubble telescope has given us these amazing images of stars, planets, and colors that I couldn't even imagine were out in space. Today, we're going to use Kleki.com to create our very own digital galaxy painting with different colors, shapes, and tools. Let's get started. We're going to open up the website and immediately we see our artist desk. Today, my challenge to you is to create a outer space galaxy. We're going to be celebrating outer space at our learning night virtually at school in a couple weeks. And today we're going to make some artwork to celebrate that. So let's get started. You're going to see Mrs. York use some different colors, some different tools, and just have fun. Here we go. The way I like to start is I like to start with the second brush. It's kind of like a spray paint can. And notice how I can change the size by sliding this bar with my finger. I like to start with a large brush size and then pick a color that I think would be great for an outer space sky. I've tapped my finger 2 times on we're gonna call it our canvas, our painting surface. And I only tapped it once, so they're pretty light. But watch when I tap it 3 times in the same spot. 1, 2, 3. Ooh, got a little bit darker. I can even start adding different colors. This begins to remind me of a watercolor paper. So there's all kinds of ways we can make this galaxy. Infinite amount of color. The reason I like this large brush is because when I think about outer space, there's not really a lot of bold, firm lines in the sky. It's kind of dreamy. I think I'm gonna add just a hint more purple. You'll see me using this color palette in the right side. All right, I've got my sky, so now I'm ready for some planets. Notice how this button says brush. It's right above our color box. However, if I go up to the picture of the paintbrush and press down, I have a few more tools. I could even add a text, words. I could do a fill completely or a shape. I'm going to do a shape, and I'm going to choose the oval or circle shape. I'm going to set my color as pretty much a white, and I'm going to draw planets or circles to represent planets. Remember that if you want something to look far away, we put it up near the top of our paper and we create it very small. If you want something to appear larger, then we make it larger and put it near the bottom of our artwork. Medium can go in the middle, but now we start having a galaxy happening. Now, I changed my mind. I don't want that last planet that I drew, so I'm going to go up to undo. And now I'm ready to add color. Go back to that drop-down menu and select your paintbrush if you choose to. And notice this. My circle, I can get to almost the same size, whoops, as the planet that I made. So I'm going to make this planet yellow. And I'm going to make my brush a little bit bigger. And if I just keep tapping in the same spot, this begins to fill up with color. It almost looks like it's glowing like the sun. I like that. I might even add some orange to make it even warmer. So as you can see, this is a lot of fun. I'm going to start making that a little more. And if you want your line to be a little firmer, just make your circle larger for your brush. If I want to, sometimes we think about how there are planets that have spots or pieces of landscape. So we can make our brush smaller and start adding different textures, different colors. The lighter version of a color this starts to look like a coconut. I think I'm gonna fix that. Didn't even realize that. But we can add textures. Let me get rid of my coconut dots. So this planet's kind of bumpy. All right, let's go on to one more together and then we'll talk about stars. All right, I'm going to check my tool, see if I can't get it about the same size as this top planet. And I will use this bright teal. I'm going to tap in the middle and just keep tapping. I might move my finger just a little bit, but that's really all that I need to do to really fill it in with color. But I'm gonna make this one reflect the Saturn in our own solar system. So I need some rings. So I'm decreasing my brush size, so I can draw the rings. The other planets I'm gonna add color later. Remember that you can go back, make your brush size smaller, and maybe add some other patterns. Now, last but not least, we gotta talk about stars. Stars are all over our galaxy. It is amazing how big and how small some stars are. So I have white, and I've made a very small brush size. And I am tapping. I'm gonna try to get the whitest white in my color palette. And I'm just tapping my finger. Some of these stars, they start to appear, and we start to see outer space happen, which is really exciting. If you want your stars to be smaller, just make your brush smaller. Maybe for some of you, you want to take the other drawing tool that's a line tool, and maybe you want to draw maybe a satellite floating through outer space. You could take a little bit of gray. You can fill it in. If you're having trouble seeing that, you can always zoom in. Whoops. And press the hand tool to slide over. This will help you do some small details, which I really like, because my fingers are pretty big and sometimes small details can be challenging. This is our satellite. Maybe I'll even give it a satellite dish. Maybe it's receiving a message. So using that zoom out button and the hand button, we can move our picture around. Last but not least, we want to save this. There are two ways that we can save. I have found using my iPad that just doing a screenshot is very helpful because it doesn't save necessarily to our photos, it saves to downloads, and I want us to be able to see this very easily. So I'm going to screenshot, and then I'm going to crop this down to just my artwork. Once you have that, I want you to send it to me. I can't wait to see your outer space. Save to photos. All right, happy making, artist.